So what are two stocks, right? Two Singapore stocks that you can put in your watch list or for more upside, whereby the uptrend might not be over, right? So we have seen a bit of profit taking over the past few weeks, past few days, but it still seems like the uptrend is still on track, all right, and it could potentially hit higher. Hey guys, Joey here, top tier reminder here in Phillip Securities and Chief Trainer at Trading Impossible, right? So in today's video, I'll just share with you two stocks, and these two stocks are right over here. We'll kind of look at what the company is doing, and then we'll dive into the charts before we look at the system to see what it says, if there are any bullish signals, right? And these stocks are called ISDN, all right, and Food Empire, all right. So yes, do stick around all the way to the end of this video because I think you're going to like what I got for you, and you can see, where are the potential targets, right, whereby these stocks might potentially hit you. So these two companies are doing totally different things. ISDN right over here, let's take a look at what this company is doing, and I would say it's pretty much in the semiconductor, electronics, engineering company, right? So it's kind of like providing engineering solutions, right, to like industrial computing, specialized engineering solutions. I would say manufacturing of those special purpose motors and gears, trading and distribution of spare components and motors, engineering company, right, and yeah, doing semiconductor equipment and testing, right? So this is ISDN. So we look at the charts in a bit, all right, and we actually had some upside targets that were drawn just over the past 1 month. Let's take a look at that as well and see where we were and see where we are now, right? And let's take a look at Food Empire as well. So this is Food Empire. I think all of you would know what is Food Empire is, to do with like food, right? F&B industry. So let's take a look. So this is Food Empire, the F&B beverages, non-alcoholic industry. Manufacturing company specializing in the food F&B industry, and they operate in quite a few countries: Russia, Ukraine, Indochina, and yeah, they're doing like food, instant coffee, instant beverages, cappuccino, chocolate. Yeah, I would say they sell all kinds of consumer FMCG products in supermarkets that we can see over here. Okay, so this is Food Empire Holding. So yes, we actually saw a bit of a movement coming in over the past 1 or 2 weeks in Food Empire. There were some upside targets that were drawn. Right, so let's take a look at the charts for two of them before we look at the system to see what are some of the bullish signals that we have seen in these two stocks. So this is ISDN here, alright, the engineering solutions company that I talked about, and just about a month back on the 7th of Jan, there were some upside targets that were drawn because we kind of spotted some really bullish actions with prices kind of breaking that key 50 cents resistance level that has been trading, I think, since like July last year. You can see that we're pretty much kept below, all right, trading below, up, down, and it's pretty much like an ascending triangle pattern with this upward sloping channel support line, all right, and that's where we kind of broke that 50 cents mark right over here, all right, and we have some upside targets that were drawn to about 60 cents, about 18% upside, and a week passed later, and kind of like hit our target about like 70 cents, and that's where we revised our targets higher, all right, to that 80 cents level, but another 20% upside. So that was about mid of January, right? So today is in like 10 of Feb, and we look at ISDN again to see where we are, all right? What happens is we are seeing a bit of profit taking, but I would say that the uptrend might still be good to kind of continue after a period of consolidation. So let's take a look at where we are right now for ISDN to see if there can potentially be a bit more upside. So guys, this is ISDN right over here, and it's currently trading at about 0.665. So today is the 10th of February, alright, it's 11:59 AM, just going to hit lunchtime, so I'm just doing this video very quickly, okay? And what happens is, I mentioned that, just around beginning of January, on the 7th of January, right over here, we kind of broke that 50 cents mark, and there were some upside targets that were drawn to about 60 to 70 cents, and then it was kind of revised higher to about 80 cents. So yes, we have kind of gone up by more than, I would say, 50% since we first spotted it just at the beginning of January, and then we saw some heavy profit taking came back, which is normal. I mean, the fact that it's gone up by more than 40-50%, people would like to take some money off the table, all right? So this is where we are right now. We kind of headed towards that 80 cents, our second target, and there's some, selling that came back and kind of retraced back down, all right, towards the support level at about that 65 65 cents. I would say that right now, all right, this 65 cents would be a near-term support. You can see that was where we kind of hovered below for a few days somewhere in January when it started to push up. We hovered below and then we broke that 65 cents and then we went all the way up to 80 cents and then we started to see a bit of profit taking. So this, I would say, would be a new resistance turn support level. In fact, just about 2 weeks back on the 1st of February, all right, we kind of rebounded from these 65 cents. So that is where we, some buyers might come back again to bargain hunt, just like how we have rebounded. That's where we are seeing a bit of a, I would say, bargain hunting potentially coming back. So now it's about 0.665. I think if we do stay above that immediate 65 cents support level, let me just go ahead to draw some upside rebound targets. So 65 cents would be a good support. That's where we can potentially consolidate from 65 all the way to 75 cents. Maybe that 80 cents would be a very critical resistance level. That is the range for now. So it's about 65 cents to 80 cents, right? 65 cents to 80 cents. You can see that would be the range for now, all right, and we might consolidate over the next few weeks, maybe next 1 or 2 months, before hopefully potentially breaking that 80 cents, and that's where you can hit higher, maybe to 90 cents or $1. But right now, that would be the range, right? So what happens is we started to see this uptrend starting to take shape somewhere in August, September. You can see we have just upward sloping channel support line right here, connecting the lows and forming higher lows. And from the moving averages, get this right, the red line and the blue line was pretty much pointing up, right? So mid to long term trend, it was quite bullish, or pretty much the uptrend starting to firm up. Of course, we need that move, that bullish move, which we kind of saw it when we broke that 50 cents level, right? So that was a good bullish move, and that's where the uptrend kind of like accelerated all the way to like 80 cents in a matter of like 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, and then it started to consolidate right now. Okay, so this is ISDN. I would say the uptrend is still looks intact, and in fact this is a good consolidation that we are seeing right now, rather than it just pushing up every single day or every single week. It's good that we're going to see a bit of consolidation. So every time it hits a high, we see a bit of profit taking, prices kind of like pull back a bit, all right, consolidate above a new higher support. So the support was like 50 cents, but now you see it's raised higher to about that 65 cents. So yeah, that's a new higher support, and as long as this support is holding, it's a new higher support, I would say the uptrend still looks intact. All right, we might consolidate from 65 to 80 cents before potentially attempting to break higher. So this is ISDN, one of the stocks that you can put in your watch list, whereby the uptrend might not be over, all right, and it's one of those whereby you can also try to accumulate on dips for a potential rebound, right, to prepare for the next upward phase if we do break that 80 cents. So this is ISDN on the 1GT system, the one good trend system that I have that kind of allows me to focus on certain stocks and know when to get in and out on them, right? So this is ISDN here. You can see that we are pretty much consolidating, as I say, somewhere in like July, August last year. There was some bullish signal you can see, but there was then it was consolidating, not much of a move, but just somewhere on 4th of January, right, as we began 2021, we got a 1GT bullish signal right here, right? That's where we kind of broke that 50 cents level, and was a really bullish price actions here, right? And the uptrend kind of like accelerated all the way to 80 cents. And right now, we started to see the 1GT, I would say, an exit signal. So there's a bullish entry signal. Look at this green arrow up, and kind of like an exit signal, right, for this bullish signal, right? So it's like an entry and an exit. So we kind of got an exit when it kind of like retrace back down, right? But it's still quite a good upside move here, like gone up by more than 40-50%, as I mentioned just now. So right now, I would say for 65 cents, this would be a new support level. So we might consolidate above this support level, right, before hopefully we see a new bullish signal, and that's where the uptrend can start to continue higher, maybe even potentially breaking that 80 cents level, right? So this is ISDN here on the 1GT system, right, whereby we had a bullish signal previously with an exit. So guys, if you like this video, be sure to give me an early thumbs up. It will definitely help out the YouTube channel a bit, and thank you so much for doing this, right? So let's go on to look at the second counter, like share with you, and this counter would be Food Empire, right? So this counter, kind of came to our watch list about 1 or 2 weeks back. Clients and inner circle members were alerted as well, and these are some upside targets that were drawn just last week. You can see right over here, we kind of broke that 80 cents resistance that we were kind of like holding for about 2 weeks. We kind of broke it. It was a really bullish candle, and there were some upside targets that were drawn all the way to about 90 cents, about 11% upside, all right? So that was just about last week, and the next few days later, all right, started to push up again. It broke that 90 cents level, our first target, and we kind of revised our target higher to that $1, another 9.19 upside, right? So this is, I would say, Food Empire just about 1 or 2 weeks back, where some upside targets were drawn, right? So same thing today is the 10th of Feb. We'll look at Food Empire again to see where we are right now and if there could potentially be a bit more upside in the coming days or maybe over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so this is Food Empire here, currently trading at about 0.96 or 96 cents here. Alright, and we have kind of hit our first target at like the 90 cents, and even our second target at $1 has been hit, right? So yes, clients and inner circle members were alerted as well, and yeah, it's quite a good upside, I would say, by more than about 20% upside over the past 1 week. So quite a good move. And right now, we are seeing a bit of profit taking, which is normal, right? This is the $1 psychological level. So that's where we are seeing a lot of sellers that are pretty much staged there at the moment. I would say we probably take a while to kind of break that level. And it's good that we consolidate below that $1 first, or before attempting to kind of break and push higher again. And that's where the uptrend can continue further. But right now, it's back to some consolidation after pushing up by more than 15 to 20% over the past 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, so let's go ahead to look at where the support is right now. So previously, as I mentioned, this 80 cents was a resistance. It is now the support, but then we broke that 90 cents as well, which would become the new support level. So let me just go ahead to draw some upside rebound targets whereby the support is. So right now, 90 cents, let me just delete this. All right, 90 cents would be a new immediate support level for Food Empire. In fact, over the past 2 days, we have seen buyers, right, coming up just at about that 95 cents. So 95 cents is a bit of a support as well, a temporary support. I mean, we have seen it hold above over the past 2 days. So of course, we need more days, which would serve as a better confirmation. But over the past 2 days, it seems like 95 cents, buyers are starting to come back. So not even 90 cents, even now it's like 95 cents, right? So this is the near-term support, I would say, from 90 to 95. That's where we can expect, bargain hunting to come back again for those who have kind of like exited near that $1. All right, it could be a good opportunity to kind of get in again from 90, 95 to kind of ride the rebound back up for the uptrend to continue. All right, and looking at Food Empire, you can see that since May, June last year, we kind of hit the bottom, all right, after the pandemic hit, and then that's where I started to see it consolidate higher gradually with this upward sloping channel support line, all right, kind of like connecting the lows and forming higher lows. So that's a good sign. And of course, eventually we broke that 65 cents level here. That was a first good move, right, breaking that 65 cents and eventually that 75 cents. That's a good move that, the uptrend is starting to take shape. Of course, we started to see the moving averages point up as well. Look at this, the green above the red and the blue. So the short-term moving average, 20 days moving average above the 100 days moving average, and the 100 days moving average above the longer term 200 days moving average. So all these lines are pretty much pointing up right now, as you can see, right? So the uptrend is kind of like taking shape. Of course, along the way, right, in the short term, we can see profit taking, right, which is what we are seeing right now as it hits towards that $1. But so far, as long as those support are holding like the 90 cents, 95 cents, the uptrend still looks intact, whereby it can continue to push higher after some consolidation. Okay, so this is Food Empire right now, and let's take a look at the system to see what it says if there are any bullish signals recently. So this is the 1GT system, and this is Food Empire here, and you can see somewhere around that 23rd of December, alright, we've got a 1GT bullish signal over here. It's a green arrow pointing up, and that's where it started to kind of break that 65 cents, and the uptrend really started to form up, as I mentioned just now. So went all the way up to somewhere around January, just 21st of Jan, just a few weeks back. And that's where we had an exit signal, started to come down a bit, and then we got a new bullish signal, right, on the 3rd of Feb, just a week back. Alright, so 3rd of Feb, we got a bullish signal, and right now you can see we are currently at about 0.965, and there are no, I would say, exit signal. So yes, this bullish 1GT signal still stands, alright. I think if we do break that $1, I mean, it might consolidate below, as I mentioned, for a while over the next few weeks. But if we do break that $1, that's where this bullish signal can continue to play out. We might push up to like 110, maybe 120 before hopefully we see an exit again. Alright, but so far, I would say the uptrend looks good, right, above that 90 cent support, and the fact that we had a bullish 1GT signal with no exits, right? So this is Food Empire here, right, on the one good trend, the 1GT system that I have that kind of like guides me on when to get in and get out, and of course allows me to focus on this stock in the first place. So yes guys, we have come to the end of this video and we have talked about two stocks, ISDN and Food Empire. So I hope you have taken note of the levels whereby you could potentially start to accumulate again to kind of like ride the rebound, maybe for the uptrend to even push higher. Alright, so these are two stocks which were in my watch list about a month back for ISDN, for Food Empire just about 1 or 2 weeks back. So I think that could still potentially be a bit more upside as long as those supports that I talk about hold. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, be sure to smash the subscribe button so that you will be alerted to videos like this. Alright, and of course, give me a like as well. You definitely help out the YouTube channel. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Joey here. I'll see you in the next video.